Welcome to the Cat Dad Show. My name is Scott Colby. And if you have a senior cat, you probably know that kidney disease is a pretty common challenge. My cat, Mia, who passed away at 20, she actually had kidney disease. And I want to share with you a clip of my interview with Melissa Natanson. She's a certified holistic pet health coach specializing in gut and kidney health. And this interview had a lot of meaning for me because we talked a lot about kidney disease, why it's so prevalent in senior cats, and what are some things you can do as a pet parent if your cat is diagnosed with kidney disease. Melissa was a guest for my Feline Wellness Summit. So I'm sharing with you a clip of my conversation with Melissa. If you want to hear the entire interview with her, as well as with 20 other feline wellness experts, just go to felinewellnesssummit.com and you can grab a free ticket. But for now, enjoy this clip with Melissa.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it because it's important that we talk about it because our kitties are living longer and longer. And the longer they live, we're finding out that more problems they're having, and a lot of them are age related. One of the biggest ones is kidney disease, like we just talked about. And there's a lot of factors that go into what starts the beginning of these renal issues as our kitty cats start to age. One of the first ones is the aging process itself. And as our kitties start to get older, their renal function starts to decrease. And as they're getting up to that point where they're seniors, as we call them, we really want to make sure that we are giving them the best options for renal function, liver function, kidney function, and also making sure that gut and intestinal health is really on par because now more than ever, our kitties are just kind of being bombarded with things that their system may not have been equipped for. Um, I think it's been commonplace that we feed kibble diets, but we don't know what is involved with that and how that might contribute to renal factors as they start to age. So, as these kitty cats, there's four really important factors that we want to talk about when it comes to cats and kidney health. And the number one, what I always talk about, is diet. Diet is the number one most important factor because when we are giving these kitties the cellular energy they need via the food that they get, they've got the right amino acid profile. And let's remember, our kitties are obligate carnivores. And so they are designed to eat meat and the amino acid profile that's found in meat. And plus, kitties' adaptations, they don't really have a high thirst drive. So they get the majority of their moisture from meat. But what we are finding as kitties age and we take a look at their renal function, a lot of our cats have been in kind of a chronic state of dehydration when they eat kibble. Even if water's added to it, that's going to go into my next thing. We may add water to it, but a lot of the kibble goes through something that we call high pressure processing. And the ingredients in that kibble may be good going in, but when they come out after they've been through the high pressure processing, it can oxidize those ingredients. It turns them into a synthetic form. So all this kind of builds up over the years and it increases the impact on the kidneys. So that was the second thing, environmental factors. Number one, diet. Number two, environmental toxins and things that are going on. So we've got some of the toxins, high carbohydrate load from high pressure processing and the kibble. But in addition to, we don't really think about that our kitties are little and they have little naked paws that are going all over the place, right? And so, what are we having in the house? Are there plugins? What are we cleaning with? I don't know why it does that, but we
Yeah,
just got
that's cool.
um, what are we cleaning with? What are they getting on their clothes? I've had a friend before that her kitty got up on the laundry machine and walked through some powdered laundry detergent.
Oh,
And it's these kind of things that they're just exposed to time and time again over their life. And before, 20, 30 years ago, kitties were living to 8, 9, 10. They weren't getting up there to these ages that they are now. And then all of a sudden the kidneys are like, whoa, I've had a heck of a time my whole life. And now I'm not doing so hot. So, that's another thing. And then those two factors lead to my third one, which is chronic inflammation. And that's where we're talking once again, diet and what they're being exposed to can contribute to chronic inflammation. And when these kitties are chronically inflamed, most especially when it comes to IBD, which is irritable bowel disease or irritable bowel syndrome, which can be common in cats. And if their gut isn't processing the things that it should be, like it should be, guess what takes on the burden of those extra toxins and the extra things that are flowing through their system? It's the kidneys. The kidneys are responsible for clearing the blood. The kidneys are responsible for the electrolyte balance in cats. And so these are some of the things that we can see when they start to have renal issues is they start to drink more water. It's the kitty's way and their kidneys way of saying, "Hey, I need to flush these toxins more because they're starting to build up." And one of the last things is like I talked about before, is obviously the aging process. These kitty kidneys start to get smaller, the renal function can start to go down. And also contributing to that, of course, is dental health. So when we were talking about inflammation and infection, if there is a kidney infection or low grade IBD that just kind of sits around and smolders, in addition to if there is some kind of periodontal disease, something going on with their gums, we are now learning and we know that that bacteria in their mouth can enter the bloodstream. And guess what filters that? The kidneys. So, of course, there are some kitties that are genetically predisposed to having these, like Persians, Abyssinians. There's another one in there that I'm missing. Can have some genetic predisposition to having some kidney issues. But we found that by and large, when we are focusing on the top four factors that can contribute to chronic inflammation and kidney disease, we can really support these cats and help them through it.